Good day, everyone. So, I am your presenter. I am Yana Napilay from BPED 2P. So, my topics are problem method, project method, and laboratory method. It is a lesson 2 of chapter 5. So, at the end of the lesson, the student can be able to define the problem method, project method, and laboratory method, characterize the laboratory method, project method, and problem method, demonstrate their learning about problem method, project method, and laboratory method. So when we say problem method, the problem method involves students identifying and solving real-world problems. So engaging students in solving real-world problems will help them gain real-life experiences, and also it improves critical thinking, problem-solving skills, teamwork, and self-directed learning, where learners um, learn and explore by their own, and it leading to deeper understanding. Letting them gain experiences will help them gain will help them to grow as a person, know themselves more, expand their knowledge through experiencing reality. So next, problem-solving method can be broadly characterized as analytical, creative, intuitive, brainstorming, and collaborative. So when we say analytical method, breaking down complex problems into smaller, manageable parts, analyzing each component, and then reassembling the solution. So analyzing problem will help you better understand what you are going to do. When you are analyzing, you can think of strategies on how to solve things in a better way. So for you to solve things, first, you have to analyze it first and then come up with strategies so that it can lead you to success. Creative method, using imagination and innovative thinking to find novel solution. So being creative in solving problems will help you to gain will help you to easily solve things. You are being creative in finding solution. So you use your imagination to be able to portray things on how to solve problems. So when we say intuitive method, relying on instinct and gut feelings to guide decision making. So trusting your gut feelings often lead you to successful in solving things, because trusting your gut feelings and instinct will make you rely on your own decision and develop a sense of self-awareness. Brainstorming is a technique for generating ideas creatively and collaboratively. So, brainstorming is effective when you are collaborating from your environment. Sharing diverse ideas will make problems easier to solve because you are working with each other. So, as well as collaborative, where individuals work together to solve a problem by sharing their understanding, knowledge, and effort to reach a solution, often involving different rules and perspective within a team. So, because this is understandable, I will give example na lang. So, for example, when we are asked to do a group activities, di ba, we collaborate with each other to brainstorm and share our knowledge and opinions. So because of that, we can promote an inclusive education where individuals feel included and heard. So through collaboration, we can have a dynamic solution to our problem. And also, we can foster a inclusivity in our school. Next is project method. The project method is a student-centered teaching approach where students engage in purposeful activities, often involving real-life problems to achieve defined goals. So when we say project method, it is a student-centered approach to learning where students engage in real-world project. So students work on projects that connect directly to real-life problems or situation. The project method often encourages students to work together in groups, fostering teamwork and communication skills. So, key characteristic of the project method. Hands-on and practical learning is based on real-life situation and activities, fostering skills and knowledge. So hands-on practical describes a learning or working style that emphasizes direct experience and application. It is doing, not just knowing. This is just like a demonstration where ikaw mismo yung gagawa or mag-manipulate ng mga materials, tools, and other things. So the benefit of it is here for you to know how to do things because you already do it or experience it. Just like in our subject, which is statistic, diba? Ma'am Gloria encouraged us to have hands-on activity so that we can learn easier kasi mas maka-learn tayo effectively through experiencing it than just um makinig lang sa mga guro natin. Next is student-centered. Students are actively involved in the learning process, taking their learning. So when we say student-centered, it is a educational approach that puts the student at the heart of the learning. So they are the center of the instruction. So project method is student learning approach because we let our student to discover things in their own by collaborating in their peers, giving them hands-on activities, explore things their own, and also it can lead to uh, their self-development and being independent in the near future. Social interaction. Project often involve collaboration and teamwork, promoting social skills. Through social interaction, we can learn from our peers about diverse knowledge because we are different from each other. We have different knowledge and level of intelligence, but by interacting to each other, we can acquire knowledge, which can develop our cognitive, social life, and through social interaction, we can understand different people in world, so it fosters a sense of community and belongingness. Laboratory method. Laboratory method focuses on hands-on experiential learning through experiments and investigation. So when we say laboratory method, it is a hands-on activity learning approach. The laboratory method often involves students tackling real-world problems or investigating through that they can learn and experience things. They can commit trial and error, which can help them to learn from their own experiences and enhance their learning. They also grow as a person. They can put in their mind that it's okay to make mistakes. Most importantly, you gain knowledge from that mistakes. So, laboratory method can be broadly categorized into analytical, experimental, and instructional approaches. So, analytical fosters a deeper understanding and critical thinking. So, through analyzing, just like what I have said earlier, that when we are analyzing, we can create a strategies on how to do things so it is easier for us to solve any problems. Experimental refers to hands-on practical application of scientific principle through student-led investigation and experiment foster a sense of deeper understanding of concept through direct experience and observation. So, it implies a process of testing, exploration, and discovery. Through experimenting, students can delve deeper into topics and expand their knowledge or learnings. The next is instructional. Instructional laboratory method of teaching. Students learn through hands-on experimentation and observation, applying scientific principle and developing skills in controlled environment, foster deeper understanding and engagement. Instructional refers to the entire process of teaching and learning, encompassing the materials, method, and strategies used to guide and support learners in acquiring new knowledge and skills. So, conclusion, the problem-solving method of teaching is a learner-centered approach that encourages students to actively engage in identifying problems, exploring solutions, and applying their knowledge to real-world problem scenarios, fostering critical thinking, and the problem method of teaching is a hands-on, query-based approach where students actively engage in experiments and in investigations to understand scientific concepts, fostering skills like observation, analysis, and problem solving. That's all. Thank you.